Hey, it's the girl Kdid. Come back out to you one more time. How's it going, kids? So I've done a couple of videos like this, but the first video I initially did, it wasn't the greatest. I was in my room, bad lighting. You can see up my nose. So I'm gonna keep those still for people who still find it, and YouTube pushes those out, yes. But I want y'all to see how far I came in this video tech world. You feel me? I really was in the trenches, in the trenches for those videos. So I'll make sure I'm not in the trenches. I think I want to make this in a 2 or 3 part video. I'm not sure. We'll see how much I talk for this and how when my phone will actually stop me. I feel like I'm afraid I'm not gonna know when it stops me just because I'm not looking at. I'm looking using my back camera. I don't have a new phone, so I'm rambling. So if you don't know, hey, my name is Kdid, and I'm a small content creator, and also I was formerly homeless in New York City with my daughter, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit how I ended up being homeless a couple of times and what kind of homelessness that I went through. Especially in the first video, I didn't even think about, I didn't think about one type of homelessness, but when I started doing this work more, because if you don't know, I'm an advocate for homeless people in New York City. Actually, I'm an advocate for any homeless person anywhere. It doesn't matter where they live, where they are. I stay in my own country. I don't go out. Not at this moment, but we have enough problems here in America that we need to get solved before we can go out and go on the horizons at this point. The government is doing enough for me, okay? So let me see where to start. Many years ago, once upon a time, you feel me? But it's not once upon a time. It's not fairy tale. This is my real life. This is me. It's what happened to me. And my daughter, KK, if you see her on my channel. Right now I have 2 daughters, but I have one bio daughter and one foster daughter. And KK is the one who went through shelter with me. She's 8 years old now. And she she came to the world being homeless. And I feel honestly bad. Not saying I regret, but honestly because we went through that experience, that's why I have the jobs that I have now. This is how I end up making the money that I make now, make more than my mom ever did, more in my whole life. Because I'm still paying back debts. So I'm not like, rich, I'm not like up there, like, oh my God, I'm making, no. But I'm making a little bit of money, not a lot. I'm still technically lower middle class. And living in New York City, that's really just being poor because middle class here is not. It's not. If you don't know New York City, which I think everybody in the world will know New York City, we are we're expensive. It's nice. It's not the cleanest place, but we have the vibes. That's what we got. If New York don't have anything else, they got the vibes. New York City has the vibes. So that's why people I think live here. That's why people who come here to see if you can make it here. You can make it anywhere. Which honestly, you can hit rock bottom here because still, if you try your hardest, it might take a couple of years. More than 1 year. Some people, they get up and they go. Some people, they don't have it as much. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit. I came from immigrant parents. My family is from Jamaica, and I'm first gen. I cringes me a little bit. I wish I was born down there. If you don't know my vibes. I wish I was born in Jamaica. But so when KK is born, she's born in 2015. So 2014, I was pregnant with KK. 2015, I had her. When the house I grew up in, I grew up there all my life. And the lady in me, really, she's an amazing lady, but sometimes she does too much. And I'm a person who I have 4 brothers actually. But my brother is more of a person who will take, you'll be yelling in his face and he'll be like, whatever. Me, I'm gonna talk back to you, sis. Like, I'm gonna talk back to you, and I got much better at trying to follow the Christian route. If you don't know, I'm very Christian. I'm apostolic, and I'm trying to follow the Christian and Jesus' way. But he also gets fed up and he threw my table away. I'm just saying, different circumstances, but yeah. So when I got pregnant, I knew for a fact this was gonna happen to me. Like, I knew when I was pregnant, because when I got married, there was a problem. Mind you, like, if y'all want, I had my child in wedlock. So, from a Christian household, they're very thing about having kids in wedlock. My mother had me at wedlock, and most of my aunts, so probably one aunt, had kids in wedlock, but that's a different story. This lady, I'm not surprised she did this, but yeah. And when I talked to her about this years later, she said, "Oh, I thought you had a place to go, sis. Where am I gonna go? On bed rest? No job? Like, let me start from the beginning." So when I first initially, I was pregnant and I try to hide the pregnancy as much as I can. That sounds so crazy. People in my church know about it. People at my home, I didn't tell them about it. Because I know the people I live, I know these people. Even though I had a child, in her mind, it's like, my husband at the time, we're not together anymore. He's in Jamaica. So in her mind, he married you, has to take care of you. He lives in Jamaica. If you don't know, Jamaican money is trash. At least you got a lot of it, it's trash. It doesn't compete to an American or English or Guinea or whatever. Is Guinea Japan? I don't know, Japanese, I don't know. The point is that money does not compare to the USA. And he does not live here. He has no papers for America. So he can only do so much unless I go to Jamaica. And that's not where I want to be, okay? Not where I want to be. That's not where I want to be born there, I just don't want to live there. I've been summers there. I used to go once at a time there. I'm good, right? They have great food. I don't like the heat, I don't like the dirt, I don't like the trees. I don't like anywhere like that. So that's why I probably got like a concrete jungle. That's what New York is known for. But anyway, I'm rambling a lot, sorry. If you come this far, thank you. I love you. Subscribe, share your girl out. So what I think, I didn't show for a long time. I didn't show till probably like 7 months, probably 8 months pregnant. But I was, before I was showing, I was looking around, I was stressed out. Because of my pregnancy, I couldn't stand on my feet for a long time. I just had my work at Forever 21. And at one point, I think I was probably 8 months, 9 months pregnant. The doctor said, because people would think I would have high blood pressure, but I didn't. My ankles were swollen. I mean, look like grapefruit. You know, grapefruits are, it was big at my ankle. People was like, are you okay? You have high blood? I'm like, no, I'm just, my feet are swollen and I'm overweight and fat lady, 210 pounds. The baby's growing inside me, and my daughter still came out small. They know it's gonna be like 8 pounds. My daughter came out 6 pounds and change, 6 pounds 11 ounces, like 12 ounces. But I always forget that number because somebody had a baby right after me, literally next month after me, and they were so similar in size that literally they're ounce apart. So, sorry. So that's what happened, and she told me to get out her house, which I'm not surprised. My mother also didn't defend me. My mother didn't say, oh, she has a baby, she's pregnant, don't. My mother didn't do that. My mother never defended me in life. So I'm not surprised that this happened. Also, later on, my mother was sick. I did not contribute to what this was going on because my mother also, I'm not gonna tell you the sickness she had, but she got sick. It's something in mental sickness, right? She got sick. She started telling people stuff about me was not true. And people believe it because they don't see me around to defend myself. And because of that, it went downhill real fast. And I'm the person who took care of my mother, like, things for her. Like, and she did this. I was surprised, but I was a little bit brokenhearted because of this. So the landlady, I call her grandma. I lived in her house all my life. Basically all my life, until even now, if you add up the time, I've still been in that house longer than anywhere I've been in my entire life altogether, you know? I never moved this much until this time. And other than going away to school for a year and a half. So growing up in the household was very interesting. Because I feel like I used to be called names. About my skin, not my skin color, but like because I had very bad, my skin wasn't clear. If you're Jamaican, they love to talk about your weight. I was not skinny until when I was sick, I was skinny. When I'm not sick, I'm not skinny. Doesn't make sense. When I was a kid, I had take medicine because of my juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, so I got really skinny. They didn't talk about that. They want to fat me up because they say, oh my gosh, she's too skinny. If I gain too much weight, it's a problem. Jamaican people have problems with women and weight. They do the men kind of, but they call it like bigger, but they accept them about the men being big, but not women being big. It's a whole thing. I don't know if it's a Jamaican thing or a Caribbean thing or a black thing. I'm not sure. I'm just taking from the Jamaican perspective of what happened to me. So she told me, she didn't even tell me. She had her family members call me. I have recordings, probably on my own. I don't know if it still be on there, but I keep all my phones and voicemails because even if your phone have like the digital, they have the regular voicemail thing, but they have these voicemails you can have in your phone, like you can listen to it. You press the button and listen to it. It's like, I want to call it digital, but it's an app. You can listen to people. So I have the voicemail still on my old phone. When I go charge it up and get it in, it'll still be there. She had for people calling me bees, get out the house. I'm like, first of all, I'm trying to, the person she had called me lived in Florida. So I was like, I wasn't too scared about it, but I know these people are sick in the head. So, and the crazy thing now, he be asking about me. Don't be asking about me, bro. You threatened my life. I'm gonna come do this and that. And it's because they didn't physically do nothing to me. I went to the police station because it got out of hand. Like, he's harassed calls all the time. when you leave, I'm like, he said he had to come out by a certain date, da da da. And she, mind you, we live in the same house, and she wasn't saying nothing to me. Granted, I wasn't saying nothing to her either, because if you're going to be disrespectful to me, I'm not going to say hi, I'm not going to say bye. I'm not going to eat in your house. I ate outside, and I took showers, and I slept there. The room I was in was so small. I mean, it's so small. I had like stuff everywhere. I couldn't open the door hardly with my big old belly. It was a whole thing. Because I had all the years of my life in one small room. It was the smallest room in the house, and that's a different story. But she had people calling me. She had different people calling me. Men, women in her family calling me, cussing me out. And it was stressing me out. I'm surprised I didn't lose time because I was stressed out. Granted, there could be more worse things out there, but the whole ordeal stressed me out. Every day I'm crying, trying to find a place. I'm trying to get vouchers. They're saying I can't get a voucher. I'm working, but I'm not working a lot of hours. When they found out I was pregnant and I couldn't stand up on my feet, they started giving me even less hours, which is against the law, but whatever. Even without this notice, they still, it was a whole thing with Forever 21. Even going on maternity leave was a problem for them. They called me literally weeks in, when are you coming back? I pushed out a whole baby out my stuff. Like, give me a time to heal and come back to you guys. Like, it was a lot. So she had people cussing me out. I want you out, da, da, da. Oh my gosh, it was bad. So the day of moving, I had asked somebody from our sister church to come get my stuff. They got the church van, and my whole stuff could fit in the church van. Like everything from my room, because I didn't own a bed, nothing like that. I didn't own the furniture. All I had was the stuff. Everything fit in the church van. And the guy initially came with the chairs. I'm like, I'm moving. Why would he bring chairs in the church van? You gotta take them out. He said, I didn't know he was going. But he came back with him and his son, and he helped me move all my crap out of my house. And and as I'm leaving, they're cussing me. My mother lived in the basement. I lived upstairs. My mother is cussing me out, like not cussing as in bad words. I'm cussing me like they're saying you need to get out of here. And I'm like, I didn't understand why she wasn't defending me, like telling her give her some time to have a baby, work, save some money, and do this thing.
Can you zip up your jacket?
Oh, and do this thing, but she wasn't. So it was a whole thing going on. So people from my church came, they got my stuff, and my brother's defending me. My brother's the only person on my side at this point. I'm pregnant, 8 months pregnant, and my mother was like trying to yell at me. So my brother was like, "Why are you yelling at her? She's not even bothering me." My brother's so calm. Like I've never seen this child upset, probably when he's a kid, but as an adult, I'm not around him like that. I don't see him upset. So, but when he was upset at grandma, I didn't see him the other day when he called my daughter. She called my daughter fat. The grandma, I talk to her now, but she called my daughter fat. And if you see Kataya, she's not fat. She's not a fat kid, and she's very energetic. Like Kataya's not fat, but that's a different story. So my brother was telling mom like leave her alone, stop bothering her. It's like why are you bothering a pregnant person? The scene is crazy. But also I didn't know at the time. Well, I don't think anybody knew, probably her husband before he died, that something was wrong, but I didn't know because me and my mother never had a relationship of mother and daughter. I know nothing about her. She's a stranger to me, has always been a stranger to me. She's gonna die and be a stranger to me. That's just how it is. I know people in my life who I know for a year. I know more than my actual mom. That's how serious it is. We never been close. That's not how it is. Since I was a kid, we never close. It is what it is. Life goes on. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. So the day when they pushed me out on the street, I had nowhere to go. The way grandma tells you, she said, oh, yeah, the person she thought I was gonna go to the house, I ended up going to that person's house, but I didn't know I was gonna go there. So I think she just predicted this thing. We didn't have confirmation because she didn't talk to me. She didn't ask me, do you have a place to go? She literally kicked me out on the street with nowhere to go. Like they kicked me out and I had no plans. My plans was to sleep on the train. Like literally that was my plan, to sleep on the train in New York City, which is not safe. You know, I sleep on the train all the time now, but to sleep on the train ongoing and you're pregnant and you have to always pee and you have to always eat and you have to always drink, it's not the safe and best thing for your child or yourself to be in that environment, and it stresses you out. If you don't know that stress makes, stuff happen in your body. You could lose a baby, you could have a baby early. A lot of things can stress happen. I mean, I was crying every day. And they say that the stuff that the mom gets, the child gets that. I was crying every day. I'm surprised Kataya didn't come out crying. I was crying, and I would just sit, especially when I go to church. I used to go to church all the time. I used to be there crying. It was so horrible. So my ex-husband at the time called somebody. I would never do this. I prefer sleep on the train than ask people. Like now I got better. I have KK, and like if it's something for KK, I would definitely ask. But I try to make sure I get everything by myself, not to ask anybody for anything. with my husband in Jamaica without telling me. I asked somebody from my church, can I stay with them? When he did that, I was so upset. I'm like, why would he do that? You don't know this person. Why would you ask them? But I understand. You know, I was upset at the time. I didn't understand at the time. I understand now. He loved me, so that's why he did it. I'm saying loved at the time, like it was back. At the time, he loved me. So that's why he did it. I understand. Did I want him to do that? No. But it was too late. He already asked, and I was like, okay, I'll just go. I'll stay there for until I had the baby, and she told me that I couldn't stay there when the baby's born. So I left there. So at her house, I was couch surfing, basically. So if you don't know, couch surfing, doubling up and stuff like that is considered homelessness. You don't have a number on homelessness because in New York City, the way they count homelessness is people in the shelter usually, and they give them a special number. But when you're couch surfing, and when you're also doubled up, they can't count people like that because you can't tell who's hut where. They could more tell in census, but you know it's much different. So that's when my homeless journey began. I sleep on somebody's couch until my baby was born, and then I went to my pastor's house. His daughter lived in the first floor. She asked if I could stay here with her. She asked me she said, do you want to stay with me? And I said, sure. So she actually gave me, I'm so grateful to Debbie, shout you out, boo. She gave me her daughter's room, and I'm shout out to Jana. She gave me her daughter's room, and I stayed there for a little bit until she got me somebody she used to stay with in her place. I wish I didn't take that guy. The thing about moving, people move into places all the time, and they go into like renting a room. I couldn't afford an apartment. I wasn't working. I was still on disability because the baby. I wasn't getting that much for disability because my 521 didn't pay me that much. I didn't get that much hours, so you only get based on how much you whatever. So I didn't know this lady. I also had got a not one shot deal. I got a shelter allowance to help pay for my rent in this place. But I didn't know this lady. I didn't know that lady was crazy. She's related to somebody that I know, and I didn't know nothing about her. When after I moved there, people was like, why would you move there? And I'm like, I need somewhere to go. And it was like, you should have done that, basically. People every time I told me where I lived, it's like, why would he go there? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't know her. At first it was fine. Like the first month, in 2 months, it was fine. Then when she came in from working, she had a night shift. And then she had night shift at first. And she changed to day shift from working. And that's when it kicked the fan, like for real. It was really, really bad. So I consider my time not being homeless when I rented that 1 bedroom. A lot of people consider that homelessness. I don't consider that homelessness. I rented a 1 bedroom. I think I paid like $750. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. I got the smallest room in the house, which is not a problem. I'm renting. It's not like my residence. So it's like whatever. A lot happened there. I'm not saying I'm a perfect roommate because nobody's perfect. I did room her parents. Like, I definitely roomed one of her parents. I asked if they ever actually didn't want it, so I'm like, whatever. But it was just the whole thing. My baby crying was a problem. When I took showers, it was a problem. Like, it was, I tried to go to the bathroom, then run to the bathroom. It was like a whole hot mess. So, that's a little bit of how my journey went on to my first part of my homelessness. I'm gonna do a separate video, so this is not, I don't know how long this actual video is, but if you want to get more in depth of what happened in that house, some of the things, again, I'm not a perfect tenant. I think I'm not meant to live with people other than my family. I think it's like, when I say my family, I mean like my kids, and my husband, that's it. I don't think I'm meant to be with mama, sister, brother. If we gotta be in a separate part of the house, we can't be together. Cause my daughter already, and she's my kid. She bothers me when she moves stuff around, you know, and I like things a certain way, but she moved it around, and yeah. But I can honestly say I'm very grateful that I didn't have to sleep on the train. I'm happy that God has blessed me with people who gave me the opportunity to stay at their spots until I got on my feet a little bit. I wasn't fully, you know, like I wasn't fully walking, but I got where I needed to go. Everything happens for a reason. Because of these situations, I am where I am today. I am who I am today, and you find out who's really in your corner when these things are happening to you. That's the thing about it. You might have all these friends until you are dead broke and have nothing. That's who you find out who your real friends are. So keep those things in mind of who you have in your corner, who your friends are, who you go on vacations with, who you eat with, who's at your table. Because when you are down and out, those same people are gonna be gone. They're gonna scatter like roaches at nighttime when the light comes on. That's what's gonna happen. And granted, I didn't have a lot of friends before, but I really saw who was down for me in these times of need and who really had my back. And yeah, so some people I knew this is how they were, so I was cool with them. I knew they wouldn't be for me really when I was at this point. They're only good for you when you're up. When you're down, they're not good for you. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep your head up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being amazing. I hope you got to this far. If you got to this far, put a heart in the comment box down below. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being amazing. Bye, Kins. I haven't done this in a while. We're blessed and highly favored. Yeah, yeah. Later.